It took several hours, but a tsunami from that volcanic eruption triggered flooding and damage along the Northern California coast. KPIX5's Kiet Do on what happened when the ocean water suddenly rose.
Talk about deja vu. We are back here in the Santa Cruz small craft harbor that got damaged by the tsunami over the weekend. This is the exact same harbor that also got hit by a tsunami 11 years ago. This drone footage captured the drama as it began to unfold Saturday morning. The surge of water coming into the mouth of the harbor and tossing the dredging vessel around like a toy boat. The strong current entangled the pipeline and multiple anchors as the smaller vessel tried to minimize the damage. In no time, the water came up to the edge of the parking lot, and then another surge hits, sending evacuees running for high ground. The vehicles themselves are floating around like boats. The Harbor Patrol got the tsunami advisory at about 4 a.m. Saturday and went boat to boat, waking people up to evacuate. Jason Steinberg woke up in a daze and got out just in time. He says the surge came to within 2 feet of the top of the piling.
It is, and it happened within 5 minutes. It jumped 9 feet in 5 minutes.
Saturday's tsunami damaged at least 3 pilings, and the salt water flooded half a dozen electrical transformers, knocking out power to 500 boat slips, about half of them. All new construction after the previous tsunami in 2011 apparently fortified the harbor.
I think having that newer infrastructure, having the better docks now, that saved us too.
So the reach with this to me is impressive.
David Snyder, the tsunami warning coordinator at NOAA, explains how the waves caused such damage in the Santa Cruz harbor after traveling from Tonga to California, 5,400 miles away.
And as those waves build up against each other, or perhaps even break the other waves apart, the level of water is going to change in that immediate area there. So perhaps that's what's happening in that harbor there, in that enclosed space, acting like a funnel and shaping that wave into something greater than it was when it came in originally.
Michael Poland is a geophysicist at the USGS and has some relatively good news about the volcano's eruption.
Yeah, so we have a good sense now of just how much sulfur dioxide came out as part of this eruption based on satellite data. And it's not quite as much as might have been originally thought. So it's not the sort of volume of material and gas that would have a noticeable impact on climates.
Tom McLaren's boat was tied to that piling, but it was not damaged. He says he dodged a bullet.
I've been in the ocean my whole life. You never know what's going to happen. Respect Mother Nature, Mother Ocean.
In Santa Cruz, Kiet Do, KPIX5.